Oh, baby, how
Can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Ceci and Adam.
Welcome to Momlennial Podcast. I'm the mom. He is the millennial.
Hello.
And she is Gen Z. Also happens to be my lovely daughter. I had the most Jetsons-esque reality I've ever... I cannot believe the reality that I'm currently living in with what's going on with technology. I cannot believe it.
Oh, tell us. Did you wrestle a robot or something?
Kind of. Well, it wrestled me, and then it spit me out of its mouth.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Rejected
lovely.
me.
Do you need to talk about
Here's
it?
what happened. I had a meeting, not like an exact time meeting, but I told a client that I would meet them in Grand Rapids on Monday early afternoon. And then I got a notification that I had to be a part of a Zoom meeting regarding an upcoming fundraiser thing.
That's
on
right.
Monday at 1:00. And I was really stressed about it because I've been kind of like ghosting this client for a while because it's just like, I gotta figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta start. Everything I've procrastinated that I thought I would have energy to tackle when I got back from my vacation, it's like time to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? And so I had told her I was coming on Monday after I'd rescheduled a bunch of times. And then I had this Zoom and I'm like, that's kind of important because it's basically all the information that I need to know for the fundraiser.
Right.
So I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to let the car drive me to the appointment while I connect on Zoom through my phone for the meeting that was hosted in Arizona.
That's right, because you have a Tessie.
I have a Tessie. So
What
obviously,
could go wrong?
what could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Technologically with us, please.
Well, and if you've listened to any of the recent episodes, you know that Adam and I used to record the podcast from my home studio. And then one time something was funky with a computer. And so you got on my computer and my Zoom account and your name, or is it Skype or Zoom or whatever we're on? Your name is on it.
I don't think we've used Skype since 2010.
Exactly. Who knows? And I have Googled how to switch it back to my name, and I have gone through the steps, and it keeps reverting back to Adam's name. It just does. I don't know why. And so a couple of weeks ago, we had a Zoom meeting, and they kicked me off the meeting because they thought it was Adam trying to show up, and he was already there in person, so it was very confusing. So I was like, I know that my name is associated with my Zoom account on my phone.
Right.
So I brought a whole contraption to like prop up my phone while the car is driving me to my appointment. And I strap in and I have the seatbelt on and everything. And I'm like, I plugged in the address and off the car goes to bring me to Grand Rapids. And Adam texts me. He's like, don't crash, blah, blah, blah.
Joking,
I'm like,
right.
ha, 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 ha. But like, I couldn't get the angle of my phone exactly right in the car. And then I turned my microphone off. I should have turned the video off too. I should have like clued in, but I didn't. And so I was trying
That's
to.
mistake number one. Never, first, for anyone joining a Zoom meeting, period, never join with your video and microphone on right away. I always
Correct.
join with both of them off. And then if everyone else's camera's off, I'm not the one that has to like awkwardly backtrack and like remove my face, you know?
You have to set the tone.
Exactly.
Right.
So little tech tip from Gen Z, if you will.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to like take one hand and kind of like twist the phone to like get my face and so that I look very
dear.
engaged in the conversation. And, you know, like smile and nod and like, I'm super engaged here, la, 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 la.
Not trying to drive.
And so,
No.
but then they asked me a question and I was like, and so I'm trying to click my microphone so it's like back on, but I couldn't get it to work. And then the car starts beeping at me and yelling at me. And it's like, eyes on the road, eyes on the road. Because
Oh my gosh.
yeah, self-driving gives you a couple of warnings, but they don't play around if you're like going to be doing something else. But I didn't care. I was like,
I wonder why.
you know, right? So I look down and I finally figure out the microphone thing. And then the car this big message comes across the screen and it said, "You do not have access to self-driving for the rest of this trip."
Oh my gosh, you were cut
And you're like,
off.
uh-oh.
They had it with me and my eyeballs.
You got punished by
They said,
Tesla.
Get your eyes on the road.
Yes, which
Young
they
lady.
should do, right? They should do that.
Absolutely. Great tip.
But
Yeah.
then, you guys, I'm like, I don't really know where I'm going. And it's like busy traffic and busy highway. And so I've got one hand on the phone with my right hand. And then on the other, I'm trying to like follow the map on the screen. And I like jerk it over to the left. And meanwhile, I'm like smiling like a dork. Like, oh yeah, I'm totally with all of you.
And
You're
you
like,
just got your car back from the repair shop from breaking it last
right.
time. So we don't want
Yeah.
another incident.
No. And they like, yeah, I had to sign something on the screen that I acknowledged that I suck, basically. And like,
Oh my word.
Yeah.
You literally were putting time out. You were putting self-driving time out, and you
I
weren't allowed to
was.
come out till they said.
And I didn't know
Wow.
if they were ever going to give it back to me. Like, I didn't know, because there's some weird things with Tesla. Like, if you hog a charging station when you're on a road trip and you like spend too much time there, they charge you more or something. Like, you can't sit there and hog it.
Oh my
Apparently.
word.
Oh, during like peak hours or whatever, like do they make you like adjust for it or whatever? Like it's more expensive at like 5 o'clock to charge it.
I think they lock you. I don't know. Well, they can't lock you out of the ability to charge it, but they do something. I should figure it out because I would probably try to do that too and get in trouble. So
That's crazy.
and
My
then you
charging
always have
station.
somebody, and God bless America, but you always have somebody at the end of a very long meeting that you thought was going to be a half hour that eked into an hour. It's like, does anyone have any questions? And you're just like,
No one has any questions.
No,
Email them
questions.
if you have any questions.
Yeah.
No,
We totally
Move
understand
on.
everything. And then the
Yep.
one gal was like, I do have several questions.
And you're like, oh.
They had the CVS pharmacy receipt of questions and roll it out.
And then
I'm
you're
just
thinking,
like-
this was like told to the group 20 minutes ago. Were you driving your car or?
Yes, exactly.
Oh
Well,
my
then they
word.
had asked me a specific question about like how I prefer a certain type of audio, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll totally prefer it." I didn't know what I was saying. I was just making stuff up. Whatever.
MP3 question mark?
Yeah, right. Microphones.
Yeah.
Great. You were doing so good with the poker face though, because because we were in the same meeting. So I peeked over a couple of times at your screen and I could see you kind of like, bumbling with some things. And then, but otherwise it was fine. I had no
Okay.
idea you were like being
Almost
driven
dying.
by a car.
Almost dying.
I just remember seeing like with the sunroof, you could see a couple things wave by when you went under them. And I'm like, is she driving?
Oh yeah.
Apparently
Well, the
not.
car was supposed to be driving, which is such a crappy like statement, right? Like we're talking about raising money for these like poor kids who need a home, or like a camp or whatever. And I'm like, my car's driving me.
By yourself
I'm
driving the
not
car.
paying attention.
First world problems.
See,
I know.
you needed all the info for the kids though, so it was
do.
worth it to be like self-driving mode until you were
I
cut
know.
off.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you were cut off.
Yeah.
At least you did the call.
Wow,
That's still
true.
impressive.
At least I what?
At least like you did the call. I feel like
Yeah.
Gen Z would be like, nope, can't, too busy.
If I was really smart, I would have figured out how to get the Zoom on the screen in my car. But I did a quick Google search, and it was a little advanced for my Gen X brain.
if it makes you feel any better, there is, and this happens I'm just blown away how it happens. So we have this consultant at the radio station. Every single time he jumps on a meeting, I have an audio issue. It could be on Zoom. It could be through our board. It could be on my own personal computer. But somehow the audio settings switch every time, but only when he's in the meeting. When he's not, everything's fine.
That's
So
weird.
it looks like
Huh.
I have no idea as a producer what I'm doing. And maybe
Like,
that's
yes.
partially true.
You
But
have no idea of how to like
Yeah.
troubleshoot technological
Right,
issues.
Every single time I'm like, how? How does it time out this way?
That is
Yeah.
He's
so
probably
funny.
like, how did you get a job, Adam?
You're like,
But
yeah.
anyways.
Well, they
I
did
know.
ask you. The boss did, I want to hear from you in a second, Allie. The boss
Yeah, you're good.
guy did ask you to send an invitation via clean feed, and you go, and you're like, yes,
Literally.
I'm sure I can. And then he's like, well, I can show you how to do that. You're like, I'm pretty sure I know how, but why don't you go ahead and just, for backup.
Double check
And I
that.
thought, he has no
Just
idea.
in case, because
He has no
when I
idea.
don't know
He
what
has
to do,
no
it's
idea.
be good to have you there. 100% happened every single time.
Brutal.
Trial by fire, y'all. Trial by fire.
Trial by fire.
I love it.
So, Ellie, what were you going to
Eventually.
say?
I would say I had the most untechnologically advanced experience today. Because you know what? There's certain things in this life that we have not learned how to improve. One of them is going to the DMV, although Michigan is getting better. Missouri has not caught up yet. The second one is renewing your passport. Okay? When it's not expired. And like you need it rushed in 24 hours.
Yeah. Did you try playing Secret Agent?
Yeah, no. I did not purposely say the wrong day for my appointment time yet. So I have a trip I need my passport renewed for, and I got married last year, so my passport's fine, but I need to get my new last name on my passport. So when you Google it, it basically says like if your passport's over a year old, like after your name change, you just have to pretty much just like renew your passport and get a new one. Fine, whatever. So on Friday, I go get my passport picture taken at Walgreens, do the whole thing, easy peasy. I'm like, wow, this is great. And I know the post office is kitty corner from the Walgreens. I'm like, great. Hit the Walgreens, hit the post office. We'll have this wrapped up in an hour.
Totally.
I go to the post office on Friday, and the guy, and it's a United States Postal Office, right? I walk in, and the guy goes, yeah, unfortunately, you can't do that at this location. You have to go to the one 10 minutes up the road. What?
Oh, that's annoying.
Bless. So then
Your mail
okay,
doesn't
whatever.
work?
Yeah,
Your
I was
mail
like,
doesn't work.
I can send a package here, but I can't renew my passport. What? Like that's what the U.S.
What?
Post Office is for. Weird.
Right.
So I was like, whatever. So I go back home and I'm like, you know what? I'll try again another day. So I tried today. I went out and I tried again today. And actually, no, the first time I went in, they were closed for lunch. And then I tried yesterday, and that's when they told me it was the wrong office. So I was like, great, we're 2 for 2. We're 0 for 2 here.
What is happening?
So I was like, fine, I have a free like half hour. I'll try to go to this other post office that's like same distance away, whatever. I walk in, place smells like sweat. Okay. The other one did not smell like this. I was like, this is disgusting. And I get in there, and of course, like there's only one older lady at the counter. The other girl's on lunch. There's 6 people in line. The current person at the desk is trying to mail 4 packages to 4 different locations and didn't properly fill out the address on any of the packages. Like we're forgetting zip codes.
Isn't this her
forgetting
job?
cities? Yes. So then this one
We're forgetting cities.
Yeah, no, because she forgot. She was like, "There's no city name on this package," but she had the zip code.
No.
So I was like, "This is just a mess."
Time
and
to Google.
The Karen next to me is like, "I really could use some help here."
It's like the classic.
Like, yes, we're all annoyed. Okay, and then there's like this older person sitting in a corner, and I'm just kind of thinking, why are they sitting there? Turns out they're in line for the passports. Then another couple walks in, and apparently they're also in line for the passports, but there's no one helping with passports right now because everyone just takes a lunch break at 1:30. And I was like,
lunch.
Yeah, I was like, why wouldn't we start this at noon? And you can't make an appointment for passport renewals because your alternate option is to renew by mail, but you have to send a check. You can't pay online.
Do you
and
even
renew
have
your passport.
checks?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You don't balance your checkbook every Sunday night?
No, it would cost me $40 to order checks to send a single check.
Wow.
With my passport renewal information.
No,
so what did you do?
So I left and I said, I'm going to do it another day because I don't have enough time.
you folded. You're like, I'm not doing that.
Here's what I recommend. I recommend. Southwest has these like special deals this week for like $69. Why don't you pick up a flight and fly somewhere that has a same day passport appointment? San Diego,
So
I'm familiar, right?
Yep.
Just get a same day right there, baby.
Yep.
Don't
Lovely
mess with
to
mailing
see
it in. Why do you need a passport? Where are you going?
We're going on a cruise to Alaska at the end of May, but
that's in the United States. Oh, okay.
They stopped in Canada.
I love
Thank you.
That was a classic Ceci moment. That was, I'm going to fact check the entire cruise line.
Yeah. In the United States. No, I know. They make a stop in Canada, so I need my passport.
Oh my God. Which would be super fun. Also gutsy to go somewhere colder at the end of May. I feel like by then you're over winter, but that'll be fun.
But apparently we looked it up and the weather's supposed to be like 60s. And we're doing a lot of like hiking type stuff. So I feel like it's going to be good.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Can I ask a question real quick on the post office stuff for those who've ever been in one? Is it me? And I'm not trying to.
Never been in one.
Who've never been in a post office. For those listening from the Greatest Generation from 1910, are post offices like, do they use all the same paint color and are they always dark inside? I'm like, is this just me? Or
I think there's a tile distributor that they all have the same floor tile and then they all use the same stain of brown wood on whatever those little boxes are. Who's using those, by the way? And why do they have so many?
Right. Exactly. Yes. And I know it's a government-owned agency and, maybe that's why they do one color fits all. But every single time I walked into one, I'm like, I think I kind of get why they all want to go to lunch. It's a little dark in here.
I've been
you guys are post office triggered. I'll tell you what. You're post office triggered.
And I haven't been in one in like 11 years. But I just remember the past few I've been in back in the day. It just was like, it seems a little dark in here. The people were very nice. The postal workers was great. But the place, I was like, you guys deserve more.
I've not encountered a nice person at a post office. Very nice mail carriers, but not.
Oh, yeah. You know why?
And I wouldn't be nice. Can you imagine me working at a post office?
Oh, my gosh. You'd be like, you forgot the city. Right? The city in the line, the second line.
Is this your first time mailing a letter?
Yeah. Alaska's in America.
Yes.
I would be the worst. I would be the worst.
Which, speaking of which, I know we always say that you have been nicknamed Jeopardy, right, Mom? Because you know a little about a lot of things. Guess what I've been watching? Guess what? Yeah.
Wheel
what
of
TV show I've
Fortune.
been watching? Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Oh.
Pop Culture Jeopardy. Is that a show on TV?
Yes, it's on Amazon Prime. You have categories like TikTok creators. One of the question was Alex Earl coined this 4-word phrase titled GRWM. And I was like,
Get ready
with me?
Get ready with me?
I know the answer. What is get ready with me?
The millennials lost.
You're like, who's Alex Earl? Fun fact about, do you know what Alex Earl and I share in common? A disorder. A brain disorder we share in common.
Wow. So something I don't know.
No, you know.
Oh, my word.
You know.
Oh, you guys have, hold on just a second. Ready? You guys totally share that, don't you?
We share that. She has to wear headphones to dinner, which I would if I could.
Yeah, I mean, you live in Michigan. You just wear earmuffs and be like, "Oh, these are keep my ears warm."
It's stylish.
Yes.
Wow. Start wearing a headband and then put earplugs in the headband.
I bought these plastic things that were supposed to help, but they didn't really help me at all. I can't remember what the name of them was. Lots of people wear them to concerts and stuff, but they were super little and I lost them after like 3 days. But yeah, nice. They're supposed to help too if your partner snores. So
does the accountant snore?
A little bit.
Oh, really?
Guess what? The accountant did this week? Guess what?
Because it's his birthday this week too.
It's his birthday today.
Did he go out and he booked another 5,000-mile run or whatever, right?
No. So I have been talking.
Did he give up on 75 hard? Did he surrender that?
Ellie, just wait until what the accountant did. Just wait.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
For 3 years, I've been going to a functional medicine doctor. And the way that works, it's called concierge medicine, and you pay for it out of pocket, but you get really good medical care. And so, like, I have an appointment every other month with my doctor for at least an hour. And then the beginning of the year appointment is an hour and a half, and you do a deep dive into your blood work, and then they'll tell you what kind of like supplements to take based on what actually they see that you lack. So you don't just go hog wild and just decide what you know what I mean? You like look inside your body. And then they do extra things like gut tests. And so you send in a little sample. And then a company analyzes your poo and right?
I was like, stomach sample. What
People
are we
like chopping off parts of their gut and sending that in?
I didn't know what was going on, but I don't know if I want to be part of it ever. Anyways,
there's a little like the tray that the Big Mac from McDonald's comes on. It's like looks like that.
Thick.
Send it in.
No,
yeah,
that's whatever that person's making yearly. It's not enough.
Right. And so I got this done I got this done a year ago, and I had a whole report. And I had H. pylori and then and I had like all these supplements I had to take, and I had to do a 3-month gut reset, and I had to go gluten-free, which I did which allegedly you have to go all the way or it doesn't work. But you know me, I cheated a little bit. So all these things.
Oh, cookies.
Yeah, cookies. Do those have gluten in them?
Bummer.
The accountant gets his gut test back yesterday. He's like, the best looking gut the doctor has ever seen.
He's the epitome of health.
He is the poster boy.
Yeah, and that man lords it over me. Lords it. I came home yesterday from work, and he was making a motion like toward his abs, which could mean a lot of things, right? And I kind of looked at him, and now he's like, "What?
Are you hungry?
You look at my having you look at my perfect gut." Oh, golly,
he's a healthy guy. I mean, he really is. He's aspirations.
Yeah.
I want to be a
and
PD.
He's 50. He turned 50 today. And so usually you have to get a colonoscopy. The doctor's like, I'll be honest with you, bro. Sometimes we see like elevated markers, like in these, he's like, you're clear. You have nothing. You have nothing.
He's so healthy he didn't need it. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
He can skip it at 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. He doesn't teach classes.
Perfect gut.
Perfect.
And I'm like, suck.
Well, I said, do we not like eat the same foods? And he was like,
it's true.
We do not eat the same foods.
Okay. Like, couple little differences.
My dad will always pick like real fruit over like chocolate.
Man, good for him.
But usually.
I will pick fruit dipped in chocolate.
That's called compromise.
Exactly. That's balance.
Which makes all marriages stronger.
I don't like fruit.
Hey, you guys have a great relationship because he's got the perfect gut and you've got, working through it, guys. You're going to get there.
I was like...
You got supplements.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of hoping... I've fallen off the health wagon just a little bit, and I was kind of hoping that his gut was going to be really bad, because then I'm like, this will be great. It'll force both of us... because I was prepared to go gluten-free with him as the long-suffering wife, and then, all the things.
Do it together.
And, I looked at the report. The thing is, like, pristine. Pristine.
You sure you use his?
You suck.
So
did they get swapped?
I'm going to use his sample next time. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, you've got testosterone. But okay.
Yeah, that's odd. But
That's
okay.
weird.
So I texted him from work, and I was like, perfect gut. I want to punch you in the face. And then he texted back. He didn't say perfect. He said exceptional. There's no perfect gut, but mine is exceptional.
Oh my. It's worse. It's like, why did you have to be the poster child for whatever? You've ran a 50-mile ultra marathon. Joe Schmo Shebang. It's like, what are we doing?
Joe Shebang.
Joe Shebang. Let's okay. Can we go over Petey's diet for a second? So you said he has fruit. What's other things on his diet too? Because I'm going to take notes.
He eats a lot of granola,
which is interesting because that's a lot of sugar. I thought.
I know, but apparently
you would think, but he like really looks at the packaging and like he'll only eat a little bit of it, and then he'll make sure it's like the good granola, not just like your.
And then
that portion control.
Every day for lunch, I make a salad and grilled chicken, which is very healthy.
Oh, yeah.
And then for dinner, it varies. It's like meat and salad a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
we
good.
eat the same thing. I just sort of fill in with other stuff.
I was going to say, after dinner, what's the difference?
What's snack time look like?
I had 2 cupcakes because someone brought them into work today, and I was like, I love cupcakes.
Whereas Pastor Dave's grabbing like a handful of nuts. He loves like his trail mix.
Yeah, he eats a lot of nuts. They are the salted variety, so maybe he could like clean that up a little bit.
He doesn't have to if he has the perfect gut.
I know. We don't drink pop anymore. We have black coffee in the morning. See, wait a minute. I have a pretty good gut.
Yeah.
What about... I can't say anything because I love my snacky snacks. Let's be real.
Yeah, you like your snacky snacks.
I will say I'm eating the cleanest and healthiest I ever have in the past 6 weeks since New Year's, and I have felt the best. I have, oh yeah. I have allowed myself 1 cheat and 1 dessert a week. That's it. Everything else is clean, healthy, and I'm working out 5 to 6 times a day. I got to tell you, I'm sleeping better.
5 to 6 times a day.
5 to 6 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
perfect, Adam.
Sorry, if I'm a little tired today. I just worked out for my 4th time today. But anyways, 5 to 6 times a week, 5 to 6 times a day. Good grief. And I got to get blood tests back.
Do you work out in your apartment gym, or have you been going on hikes? Like, what are you doing these days for exercise?
I still go to like a Planet Fitness gym, and then if I have a real busy day, I'll just work out at the home gym down the way here. And then there's actually, I've only done it twice, but there's this big hill close to downtown Tucson, so I'm like, I'll do that on Sunday. Go up the big hill and come back down the big hill, and I feel amazing.
That's incredible.
Nice.
It's been very good. I know.
Ellie got a walking pad. That's how you're getting in your steps.
I did. It's right. It's kind of right behind me. If you can
it's
see,
annoying.
I got like this.
Like a little office treadmill.
Every time she FaceTimes me, she's like moving. But not only do I have misophonia, I have vertigo, and so I'm like,
no.
she's
So
like,
she's
you're
going
giving
back
me
and forth.
vertigo. I'm like, I'm
You're
barely even like. It's
you're moving
more
too
than you
much.
driving in your car on a Zoom call.
There was a couple bumps that happened while watching
Exactly.
Michigan pothole.
I'm fine.
Can I ask real quick, speaking of being unhealthy / super unhealthy, somebody mentioned something the other day about this like Gen X pizza place that was big back in the 80s. I've never heard of it till 2 days ago. Do you remember Godfather's Pizza, Ceci?
I do not.
Really?
I don't remember.
Somebody was going on about it, and I was like, I've never heard of that place in my entire life.
I haven't either. Was it in Michigan? Do you know?
Maybe not. It might have been maybe a southern and western joint back 40-something years ago or something. But Godfather's Pizza sounds a little intimidating.
Yeah. I don't have. I do remember my generation used to have jukeboxes in the Pizza Huts, and that was a big thing. You would bring your change, and you would play like actual DJ while people were trying to eat their pizza. So I do remember that, but I don't remember Godfather's.
Man, maybe they didn't make us an offer you could refuse.
They started in Omaha, Nebraska. It looks like. So it might have been a Midwest out west situation.
That's a long drive for pizza from Michigan.
Thanks for bringing up pizza. My chiropractor told me just today that I had to stop eating pizza, and he told me to stop eating so much cheese. Apparently that's wreaking havoc on my system. And I'm like, my daughter literally just got a job at a bougie cheese shop. So
I'm so jealous.
She's been bringing home dough. So I'm not giving it up.
There's certain cheeses that apparently are more like lactose free that don't like bother people that have like sensitivities towards cheese.
Oh, there you
like
go.
Parmesan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'll
apparently
dip that in
Parmesan
chocolate
cheese
and call
fine.
it a day.
It's gonna be,
Ew.
I mean, a C is average. You go for a C. That's fine for gut health. Like, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, that was like that same chiropractor in high school told me to start getting my coffees with almond milk instead of whole milk. I think I did it once, and then I was like, never again. I'm good.
You know what I think the secret to health is, besides, I guess, like portion control, working out, blah, 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 whatever. I think it's avocados. I think my life changed when I started eating more avocados daily.
I have an avocado a day.
Ah, see?
Healthy fats, the whole thing.
Yep.
That's right.
I make the Momlennial signature avocado toast for breakfast.
Smashed avocado on sourdough?
Yeah, here's the secret though. I don't do the everything bagel seasoning. I smash it up on a cutting board with a little bit of salt, garlic powder, and lemon pepper.
Ooh.
And then you smear that on some sourdough, eat it with some chicken sausage for some protein. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect breakfast.
Text me some more food ideas because you texted me a link to Marry Me. Adam, maybe you need this recipe. It is Marry Me chicken pasta.
So good.
Chicken with sun-dried tomatoes and pasta, and Dad really liked that. So send me some more healthy ideas. Although that had 2 cups of cream in it, so I don't really know how healthy that was. But
little dairy's okay for you, right? Keeps going strong.
Well, I subbed out half of it for blended cottage cheese, so extra protein and less calories.
You guys are shaming me. Do you know
and
what happened to me this week?
Pasta. So.
Oh my word! Do you know what happened to me this week? You know how I love working out on my rebounder trampoline thing in my home gym.
Yeah.
Did your springs break?
Yeah. Not the spring. They're like a stretchy bungee. They're like a bungee.
Band. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even my trampoline told me I was putting on a few extra pounds this week.
Dang it! Now I don't want to walk outside.
If you want more of the Momlennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.